Gary worked for Oracle Company outside of Sydney, Australia in Creedmoor. He was invited to the Fairmont Hotel because his sales team did a great job the quarter before. On the 15th, Gary and his team left the hotel with cabs. There was about 25 of them, and they went to a restaurant called Silk's. They partied and ate some food. They then came back to the hotel. Gary's dad said he was a Bear Grylls type of person, in good shape, wasn't known to do drugs, and had done rock climbing in Scotland, so he was an experienced outdoorsman. Gary was having some more drinks with friends at the Fairmont. He walked outside to take a call and got into a disagreement with his girlfriend in the parking lot. He then started to walk out of the parking lot into the darkness of the night. The road he walked down only had occasional streetlights and was not lit up well. Also, right next to the road was Blue Mountain National Park. He said to have walked all the way down Sublime Point Road to a dead end, and the path he took he would have had to travel through private property, which has lots of bushes and foliage, so he would have to push his way through, which seems very unlikely. At the dead end is Sublime Point, which 175 meters more, there is a beautiful outlook. People mainly believe that this is how his walk path went, and how he disappeared. But he was apparently doing this at night, which is dead black, can't really see anything, and is hard to find trails. Gary was found in an area called Sweet Dreams, which is very difficult to get to, and other 411 disappearances have happened there. To get to where Gary presumably went off a cliff, he would have had to take a little unmarked trail. Remember, it's 1 a.m. in the morning, pitch black. The small unmarked trail he took, if you went off trail, you would hit thick brushes and dense forest only 2 to 3 meters away. Gary went 20 to 30 meters to the cliff face. Gary was missing for 2 months until he was found by a helicopter training team that was not out looking for him but doing a training flight. An observer pointed down by Sweet Dreams Rock area, and they thought the body was a dummy and that they were supposed to find it as part of the training mission. But it turned out to be Gary's body. That area had already been heavily searched, helicopter flyovers, plus on the weekends there would have been a lot of rock climbers. With everything put together, this is a very odd disappearance. To think that he walked that far in pitch black darkness, found that small unmarked trail that would be very hard for a tourist to find, pushed through heavy thick brush and forestry, not be found for 2 months in the area where other 411 disappearances have happened, and was already heavily searched, which had lots of rock climbers going on weekends. He was an outdoorsy person according to his dad and had a disagreement with his girlfriend, so maybe he was upset and decided to go out to a trail, got lost and didn't notice and accidentally fell off the rock face. But adding it all up is just a very odd story. Elizabeth was an experienced hiker. She hiked daily and some of her hikes were 10 miles round trip. The last time she was seen, she was going towards an airfield. Weeks prior, the caretaker of the airfield had crashed his plane, so it's speculation that she went that way looking for him. She would have had to travel a far way to where she was thought to have disappeared, which was a very thick valley that would be very difficult to search. The emergency searchers said they thought they heard cries for help a couple of times, so they pinpointed an area, went in, but unfortunately didn't find her. They also had helicopters with flare, but found nothing. Even more creepy, at one point she was in a clearing on the phone with authorities saying she was missing, and they couldn't track her down then either. Her disappearance is only 5 miles away from Gary Tweddle in the recent story. Like his disappearance, and most 411 missing disappearances, she had a lot of people looking for her, at times up to 200 people. Also had K-9, state police, helicopters with flare, and the rural fire rescue teams, but they found nothing. Very odd that at one point she was on the phone with authorities, but they still couldn't find her, and emergency services heard her cries for help.